everyone, Ree from Lilly Pilly Patch here. We are just moving into the end of April, almost May, and I'd love to give you an update on how our garden's going. We're definitely not in the pretty stage of our garden. We've pulled out any of the end of our summer crops, and we've still got a very few that are continuing on. In fact, we've only got a pumpkin all the way over there now that's still growing. We've also brought our arches from the back of the fence forward so they get light, and we can grow some peas on that in the winter. Let's see what else. What are they?
Pumpkin.
Which one's your pumpkin?
It's two.
Oh.
My two.
And which one's mummy's?
Here.
And which one's daddy's?
Here.
Nice.
Here. Here.
We have some self-seeded coriander in here, which is just awesome. Ready for those Mexican dishes that I love to make. Just over here, I've pulled out any of my pots that would be in winter shade. And I've got them here, preparing them with new things. And I may decide to keep them just through the winter over here where they'll receive some sun during the day. The collector's plant fair, and I bought some iris bulbs, some bearded iris bulbs, or they're not bulbs, I suppose they're called rhizomes, and I've put them in some of these pots along with the ones that seem to be empty, different daffodil varieties, and I'll put a little photo up showing you the types that I've bought. With my daffodil pots, I've made sure each pot has an early, a mid and a late flowering variety to really extend the life of each pot and make sure it's looking good. My bolded varieties are my showcases that I've picked. In my first pot, I've got a Shustek, an Ascent and a Del Nator. In pot 2, I've chosen a really beautiful white Ziva, a Replete and a Double Fashion. And when we move down to pot 3, I have a Fortissimo, a Las Vegas and a Neon. I've ordered most of my bulbs online from Garden Express and Tesla. When I was at the collector's plant fair though, I bought some from Druitt's Bulbs too. For my bearded iris pots, I've chosen just 2 varieties per pot, and I got these from Rainbow Ridge Nursery at the collector's plant fair. In pot 1, I chose Crush on You and Separate Area. I thought the colours were beautiful together. In pot 2, I put in Mansfield Park and Oratorio. In pot 3, I chose Full Number 1 and again Oratorio. And in my 4th pot, I put in Lady Jane and Limerence. And I followed some Gardening Australia tips on how to make those successful, hopefully. I also am going to plant tulips around these to really bulk up the pots. The tulip varieties I've chosen are Light and Dreamy, Negrita, Orange Balloon, Ace Pink and Adrem, and I think they will complement my iris varieties. A few of my iris rhizomes went slightly mouldy on their, I suppose, little wound points between purchasing them and putting them in the ground. I had them in a plastic bag and I think it was just a bit of a moist environment. So online people said to mix up a diluted mix of bleach and to dip the ends where it was in that and then put them in the sun. I've done that, but I've also, trimmed those bits off and I've dipped them in some honey to see if that helps. Look, I have no idea, but we'll give it a shot. I watched a video on Gardening Australia called the Iris Virus, and there was a guy on there who had some really good tips for growing irises. One thing he always said was to make sure when you're putting the rhizome in to find north, and I've just marked that on my pot, and to put the leaf structure towards the back and then the rhizome pointing towards north. And it also said to leave a bit of the top of the rhizome out of the soil. So also another update on this really barren area of the back of our veggie patch, which is towards this side. We've decided we're going to come in and clear it. We're going to continue a bit of this border just here across, put pebbles in and put in probably some metal made vegetable patches, veggie beds, perhaps circles, just to fill this unused space, and we'll move all of that compost stuff over towards the back corner, because this actually here gets more sun in the winter than any part of our garden, so we need to use it actually. How exciting. We've had a really strong freeloading pumpkin here that's self-seeded in the ground right near our compost bin. So I have a feeling all its roots are drawing on the beautiful nutrients in here, and we've sent away some runners, and we've got one pumpkin there, and along this runner we've got another big pumpkin down here. We just harvested all of them from our main vegetable patch, but we've got these two left and they were free, so we will enjoy those later. I've also moved my seedlings down here because I was finding up in the greenhouse I was forgetting to keep them watered, and at least here they're a daily reminder to do so. I put these ones in a couple of weeks ago and they're ready to go in the garden. A range of kale, different types of silver beet, and then over this way I've got some spinach that have happened to germinate, linaria, a few types of nasturtium, endive, lettuce, rocket. A few florals are in here as well. Sweet peas are just arriving. I also got a heap of the Woolies seeds. I haven't had much luck with them, to be honest with you. I think the seeds must be old and perhaps not the best quality. So I've had a heap, as you can see here, that have just done nothing, and perhaps maybe 50% rate. I also took some salvia cuttings, some with roots, as you can see with the pineapple sage right here, and then others were of a Santa Barbara where the leaves are really drooping, so we'll have to see how they go. Anyway, I hope to get these in today and then maybe sow my next batch. Wow. Scooping the soil. And then where are you putting it?
A wheelbarrow. To make the wall.
Awesome.
In my wheelbarrow.
Yes.
I'm putting it in my wheelbarrow. The wheelbarrow is very hot.
Oh, you're keeping the wheelbarrow warm
Again.
with the dirt. Wow. So we're making some mummy-daughter daffodil pots here today, and we've put a little bit of compost in and mixed it, and we've also bought this from Flower Power. It's a long-lasting bulb fertilizer, and we've sprinkled some of that in. Oh, sorry. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm going to put some.
A little bit more. Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, a little bit more. Beautiful. And we're mixing it in, and then we've got a variety of daffodils that we're going to try and put in. My little one chose some Sir Winston Churchill, some, oh sorry, you can't really see that, High Society, and then we also got just a nice little mixed pack, a rainbow mix to go with those. All right, we've got our Winston Churchills here. This pot, sweetheart, this one. Oh, yep, pointy bit to the sky.
Pointy bit to the sky.
Say it again.
Pointy bit to the sky.
Correct. Now, in it goes. Oh, yes. Thank you so much. Yep, all of those you can put in, pointy bit to the sky. Wow.
Put it in that pot.
Good one. That's it. Wow, thank you so much. Now can you put these ones? I'll move them for you. I'll leave the video there today this week. Stay tuned for the next one to see how far we actually go with this. Bye everyone.